The human mind knows no limits. If you can dream it, you can build it. And some people took that idea to the skies, literally. These aren't big-budget aircraft from major companies. Nope, these are some of the smallest planes ever built, by regular people in their own garages. Get ready to see some mind-blowing aircraft that actually fly. The tiny plane that took off but couldn't stay in the air. A tiny, one-seat plane designed for hobby builders, the SpaceX SD-1 Minisport, once had big dreams. This lightweight aircraft was sold as a DIY kit, a set of plans, or even fully built. It gained some attention in the US when Skycraft Airplanes briefly produced it, but by 2017, the company had shut down. With a sleek low-wing design, a compact cockpit, and a T-tail, the SD-1 looked futuristic yet simple. It fit into ultralight aircraft categories in countries like Germany and the UK. Made mostly of wood with some composite materials, it had a wingspan of about 20 feet and featured flaperons, control surfaces that worked as both flaps and ailerons. Despite its small size, this plane could pack a punch with engines ranging from 24 to 50 horsepower, including models like the Hirth F-33 and the Rotax 447. By 2015, over 100 SD-1s had been sold worldwide, with around 40 still flying. However, not everything was smooth sailing. A light sport version was tested, but never approved by the FAA. The aircraft was also linked to a few accidents, including a fatal crash in the US in 2013 and another in Germany in 2018. Yet, for aviation enthusiasts looking for an affordable, efficient, and easy-to-build aircraft, the SD-1 Minisport remains an intriguing option. The real-life anime glider? A plane straight out of an anime? Yes. The Open Sky MO2J is a real aircraft inspired by the flying machines in Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Designed as both a glider and a jet-powered craft, it has no tail and is meant to take off with a short-powered climb before gliding through the air. Kazuhiko Hachiya, a professor at Tokyo University of the Arts, became obsessed with bringing the fictional aircraft to life. Working with engineer Todo Ueno, they launched their first glider in 2006 using a bungee cord. Later, they added a small jet engine, pushing the project further with high-speed tests by 2013. Hachiya himself has flown the M02J over 150 times, reaching heights of nearly 500 feet. The aircraft is powered by a Nike jet engine, the same type used in target drones, producing 176 pounds of thrust. But what makes it truly special is how it flies, using a wing warping system for roll control and weight shifting for pitch. Despite airspace restrictions limiting its full potential, Hachiya continues to showcase the MO2J at air shows, sharing his dream with the world. The future of flying, Nissus gyroplane. You won't believe how easy flying can be. The Nissus gyroplane is a revolutionary aircraft built for smooth handling, short takeoffs, and landing in tight spaces. Designed for all-weather flying, it's perfect for both adventure lovers and professionals. With a lightweight design and a powerful engine, this gyroplane can hit speeds of 195 km per hour, 105 knots, while carrying up to 320 kilograms, 705 pounds. Its 92-liter, 24-gallon fuel tank ensures long flights without constant refueling. Whether for work or fun, this aircraft is made to be simple, safe, and efficient. But here's where it gets even better. The Nissus gyroplane comes in multiple versions to match different needs. The Sport Edition features a 120 horsepower Rotax 9 and 12 ULS engine with a high-tech rotor system and modern cockpit display. The Comfort Edition upgrades the engine to 141 horsepower, adding luxury touches like a lockable storage box and smoked plexiglass. For those craving peak performance, the Platinum Edition packs a 160 horsepower engine, a massive 37-inch display, and top-tier safety features. Built with a sturdy steel frame and reinforced with carbon Kevlar, this aircraft is tough yet smooth to control. With its cutting-edge design, the Nissus gyroplane isn't just an aircraft. It's a glimpse into the future of personal flying. The tiny plane that anyone can build. In 1984, a tiny aircraft called the Minimax took to the skies, built for one purpose: making flying simple and affordable. This small one-seat plane wasn't made by big aircraft companies, but by people in their own garages. Designed for easy construction, the Minimax was first produced by Team Incorporated in Tennessee, later moving through different manufacturers, before landing with Team Minimax LLC in Michigan in 2012. Made mostly of wood and covered with fabric, it was light but strong, built to be assembled with just a few basic tools. With a wingspan of 25 feet, or slightly longer in some models, its design included support struts for stability and a classic landing gear setup. Originally created to fit the ultralight aircraft category, early Minimax planes ran on a small 28-horsepower Rotax 277 engine. But as the design evolved, stronger engines pushed it into the experimental category. One variation, the Hi-Max, kept most of the original design but added a high-wing structure. Today, a standard Minimax features a 50-horsepower Rotax 503 engine, reaching speeds of up to 80 miles per hour, 130 kilometers per hour, with a cruising speed of 75 miles per hour, 121 kilometers per hour. With a range of 144 miles, 232 kilometers, it's perfect for short, fun flights. Proof that flying doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. The legendary Airbike. This little aircraft refuses to be forgotten. The Airbike ultralight was once a favorite in the home-built aviation world, originally created by Wayne Eisen's company, later renamed Eisen Aircraft due to legal trouble. Even though newer planes like the Legal Eagle and JDT Aeromax have stolen the spotlight, the Airbike still holds a special place in aviation history. Over the years, pilots made tweaks to improve its comfort and handling. One major change was upgrading the tailwheel for better control. But later, the original design was brought back to keep the weight down. Another upgrade was adjusting the rudder pedals so pilots' feet wouldn't slip mid-flight, making for a smoother and safer ride. With a 40-horsepower Herthin 002 engine and a 62-inch power fin propeller, this lightweight aircraft packs a punch. It weighs just 315 pounds empty and can carry 10 gallons of fuel, giving it a range of 170 miles. Many compare flying the Airbike to riding a motorcycle on the open road, thrilling but not exactly cozy. Short flights are a breeze, but long journeys, especially on windy days, can be exhausting. Still, for those who love the pure freedom of flight, nothing else comes close. Kolb Firefly, the ultralight dream machine. Flying has never felt this free. The Kolb Firefly is a small, lightweight plane that's perfect for aviation lovers who enjoy both flying and building. Designed as a single-seat, open cockpit aircraft with a high wing, it has a unique pusher engine setup, meaning the engine sits behind the pilot. First introduced in 1995, it evolved from the Kolb Firestar to meet ultralight aircraft rules, keeping its weight at just 254 pounds, 115 kilograms. It runs on either a 40-horsepower Rotax 447 or a 28-horsepower Rotax 277 engine. The frame combines welded steel tubing at the front with a strong yet light aluminum tail boom. Its wings and tail are made from aluminum tubing and covered with a special fabric. One of its coolest features? The wings fold up fast, making it super easy to store and transport. This plane isn't just light, it's built for adventure. Buyers can customize it with a full cockpit enclosure, brakes, and even a ballistic recovery system for extra safety. If you're eager to get in the air quickly, there's also a fast build option to speed up construction. The Firefly isn't just about looks. It delivers solid performance with a top speed of 70 miles per hour, 110 kilometers per hour, and a comfortable cruising speed of 60 miles per hour, 97 kilometers per hour. It climbs at 1,000 feet, 305 meters per minute, and has an incredibly low stall speed of just 26 miles per hour, 42 kilometers per hour, making it a great choice for both beginners and experienced pilots. This ultralight is all about pure flying joy, simple, strong, and built for the skies. The world's smallest jet, this tiny aircraft looks like something out of a futuristic movie. The BD-5 Micro, designed by Jim Bead in the late 1960s, was meant to be a sleek, easy-to-build personal jet. Sold mostly as a kit, it quickly gained attention, but financial problems forced the company into bankruptcy. Even so, a few hundred BD-5s still take to the skies today. The BD-5J, a jet-powered version, holds the world record as the smallest jet aircraft, weighing just 358.8 pounds, 162.7 kilograms. Inspired by fighter jets, it featured a compact design with a bubble canopy, giving pilots an unmatched flying experience. But this little plane wasn't just about looks, it packed serious performance. With a 55 horsepower engine, it could cruise at 200 miles per hour, 320 per hour, and travel up to 1,215 miles, 955 kilometers on a single tank. Its unique pusher propeller design reduced drag, while the retractable landing gear and V-tail made it both efficient and stylish. It was even fuel efficient, offering 38 miles per gallon, 16 kilometers per liter. The wings could be removed, making storage easy. Despite over 4,300 orders before the first prototype even flew, engine supply issues slowed production. Still, the BD-5 remains one of the most fascinating aircraft ever built, proving that big ideas can come in the smallest packages. The mighty little Hummel Bird. The Hummel Bird may be tiny, but don't let its size fool you. This small aircraft, built in 1980 by World War II-era engineer Maury Hummel, was designed to be tough, simple, and easy for amateur builders. With its all-metal body, it can handle 6 times the force of gravity, making it one of the strongest experimental planes out there. Instead of a regular engine, it runs on a modified Volkswagen engine that's been split in half. Hummel was inspired by earlier planes like the Park Orotini II and the Watson Windwagon. But he took things to the next level by improving stability, adding a canopy for better protection, and completely redesigning the wings for extra strength. Building a Hummel Bird isn't like buying a regular plane, you have to put in the work. To meet regulations, builders must assemble at least 51% of the aircraft themselves, and it usually takes around 1,200 hours to complete. While it doesn't qualify as an ultralight plane in the US due to its weight and speed, it does in Canada. Over the years, enthusiasts have made all kinds of custom upgrades, from moving the fuel tank to the wings to swapping in different engines like the Rotax 447. Today, the Hummel Bird remains a favorite among aviation lovers who want a strong, lightweight plane that's both practical and fun to fly. The strange, little plane that changed flying. A tiny plane with a big dream. In 1934, Henri Minier built something the world had never seen, the Flying Flea. It had a strange design, with a front wing that could move and a smaller fixed wing at the back. Instead of complex controls, it used a simple 2-axis system, making it easy to fly. Early versions ran on motorcycle or car engines, but modern ones use more powerful ones like Rotax or Citroën. This little aircraft wasn't just different. It was Minier's vision of making flying simple and safe for everyone. Henri Minier had always been obsessed with flying. Born in 1893, he built gliders as a teenager and kept chasing his dream, even after serving in World War I and battling malaria. His early planes were wild experiments, including one with a rocking wing instead of a rudder. After many crashes, he refused to give up. By the 1930s, he finally created a plane that couldn't stall, a huge problem for early aircraft. In 1933, he flew the Flying Flea successfully, but during another test, a fuel leak almost ended in disaster. Thinking fast, he used a wine bottle cork to plug the leak and landed safely with the help of farm workers. His determination and clever thinking made the Flying Flea a true symbol of his passion for aviation. The Flying Thrill Machine. The Breezy RL1 isn't just a plane. It's an open-air flying experience like no other. With no traditional cockpit, pilots and passengers get an unobstructed 360-degree view, making every flight feel like floating through the sky. Designed by Charles Roloff, Robert Liovsky, and Carl Unger, the Breezy first took off on August 7, 1964. It originally used modified wings from a Piper PA-12, but later versions adapted wings from aircraft like the Cessna 172. Its most unique feature? The high-wing pusher design, where the engine sits behind the seats, pushing the plane forward instead of pulling it. This setup gives it a smooth, stable flight with excellent takeoff power. Carl Unger, one of the creators, loved sharing this thrill and gave free rides to thousands of people in his prototype. Over time, the Breezy became an icon in aviation, even earning a spot in the EAA Air Venture Museum in 2014. To celebrate its 50th anniversary, special events were held, including a major fly-in at EAA Air Venture Oshkosh. A special variant, the DAW Breezy, was even built with amphibious floats for water landings. With a 90-horsepower engine and a range of 120 nautical miles, the Breezy remains a dream machine for aviation lovers who crave the purest flying experience. Reliable, simple, and unforgettable, it's not just a plane, it's a feeling of freedom in the sky. The world's smallest airplane that stunned everyone. In 1952, Ray Stitz, a World War II fighter pilot and brilliant mechanic, set out to prove a bold claim: he could build the world's smallest manned airplane. And guess what? He did exactly that. Working in Riverside, California, Stitz created the SA-2A Skybaby, a tiny biplane designed to be as compact as possible. He built its wings from spruce wood, placing the upper wing behind the lower one in a unique design. The frame was made from welded steel tubing and covered in fabric to keep it strong but lightweight. To power this miniature marvel, Stitz modified a small engine to produce an impressive 112 horsepower. The Skybaby took its first flight in April 1952, piloted by Robert H. Starr, a skilled airshow performer. Crowds were amazed as the tiny plane soared at speeds up to 185 miles per hour, showing off impressive agility. But flying it wasn't easy. Its short body and tight cockpit made handling tricky. Starr and fellow pilot Lester Cole worked hard to keep it balanced in the air. After just 25 hours of flying, the Skybaby was retired in October 1952. Today, it rests at the National Air and Space Museum, a symbol of Stitz's incredible engineering and the daring spirit of aviation. The world's smallest twin-engine plane. A plane so small, it can fit in your garage, yet powerful enough to perform aerobatics. Meet the Cri-Cri MC-15 Colomban, the lightest twin-engine aircraft ever built. Designed in the 1970s by French engineer Michel Colomban, this tiny marvel weighs just 172 pounds when empty. It was made for easy building, flying, and storage, perfect for hobbyists. With two 15-horsepower engines placed close together, the Cri-Cri stays stable even if one engine fails. No special training is needed to fly it, just a basic pilot's license. What makes the Cri-Cri truly special is its ingenious design. The cockpit sits under a bubble canopy for smooth airflow, and its aluminum and foam construction allows it to be assembled or taken apart in just 5 minutes. Takeoff is a breeze, but landings require skill to avoid floating due to its lightweight frame. Despite its tiny size, the Cri-Cri is tough, built for aerobatics with a stress rating of +10 and -5 Gs. First flown on July 19, 1973, this little plane became a favorite among pilots who wanted both simplicity and excitement in the air. The tiny plane with a big legacy. The Tipsy Nipper T66 may be small, but its story is bigger than you think. Designed in 1952 by Ernest Oscar Tips, this lightweight plane was built for simplicity, affordability, and fun. Ernest named it after his first grandchild, giving it a personal touch. Its first flight on December 12, 1957, proved it was not just charming, but also agile in the air. With an open cockpit and a sleek, compact design, the Nipper became a favorite for aerobatic flying. Despite its small size, just 15 feet long with a 19.7-foot wingspan, it could fly up to 249 miles, or even 447 miles with extra fuel tanks. Built with a mix of steel, wood, and fabric, early models ran on a modest 40-horsepower Volkswagen engine, while later versions got stronger upgrades, some reaching 85 horsepower. Production of the Nipper started strong, with 59 fully assembled planes and 78 kits made between 1959 and 1961. But things took a turn when Avon's Ferry stopped making them to focus on building fighter jets. A company named Covalivia later took over, producing 18 more planes under the name Cobavia D-158 Nipper. However, disaster struck in 1968 when a fire destroyed the factory, ending mass production. But the Nipper refused to be forgotten. Aviation enthusiasts kept it alive through home-built kits, and as of 2017, at least 19 of these little planes were still registered in the UK. The Nipper may be small, but its legacy continues to fly high. Who needs a big airline when you can build your own plane? These tiny homemade aircraft prove that creativity and passion can take you anywhere, even off the ground. Which one amazed you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories.